Hi, we are a group consisting of Asiga, Rayos, Cecilia, Untalan, and Varias from the class of BSM 32. And for today, we are going to talk about Center for Students Admission. We all know that in every institution, admission is very important. It is defined as an entrance granted by permission, by provision, or existence of pecuniary means. Every organization has its own requirements before you can enter. Here in the De La Salle University Dasmariñas, there is a Center for Students Admission, which is responsible for the recruitment, selection, and admission of junior and senior high school, college freshmen, transferee, and second course takers interested in pursuing a Lasallian education. There are 3 steps in the admission process. First, registration and verification of requirements. Under this step, the applicant has to fill up and submit the application form, complete with the necessary attachments found on the official website of DLSUD. Second is to take the SAT, or Students Admission Test. These tests will measure if the applicant is qualified in one or all of the college programs it wishes to take. And third, view the SAT result. The result will help determine the applicant which college program to take. After passing the admission test, the applicant can now enroll to the university. Center for Students Admission has a vital role in the institution, since they are not only responsible for the recruitment, but they also store the confidential data of all applicants. The data that the office has gathered helps the university predict from which schools most applicants will be from and which college programs are in demand. The university can now decide how to improve those services and how to maintain the students and applicants satisfied. The office measures success by setting key targets, points, and programs. These key targets are monitored every 3 months or quarterly to know if it is already achieved or accomplished. The key targets are the career fair and all student recruitment activities, and if they hit the percentages required. This study has 3 objectives. First is to increase the number of enrollees, both internal and external. Second is to identify the improvements needed to be done by the institution. And third is to identify the schools that the LSUD has to target for potential enrollees.
Conceptual model models information gathered from business requirements. Here in our data models, the subject area is the admissions and the dimensions are school, college, recruitment type, and applicant. Logical ERD also models information gathered from business requirements. It is more complex than conceptual model in that column types are set. Its subject area is admissions. Its foreign keys are the following: school ID, recruitment ID, applicant ID, and course code. And its primary key are the following: school ID, recruitment ID, applicant ID, and course code. Physical ERD represents the actual design blueprint of a relational database. Its foreign keys and primary keys are the same in logical.
I am Karen Joyce Piontalan and I will be discussing some of the ETL processes and the subsystems that we use. ETL means extract, transform, and load. ETL is a process in data warehousing responsible for pulling data out of the source system and placing it into a data warehouse. First is extracting. From the Center for Students Admission, the data undergo the process of extracting. The subsystem 1 data profiling unsorted files, profiling and sorting was used. As you can see from the data source, the data was ranked according to the top 25 schools of external applicants. Second is transforming. In transforming process, we use subsystem 4 data cleansing system. Data cleansing system is the process of detecting, correcting, removing corrupted or inaccurate records from a record set, table, or database. In the data that were given, the school name of Benedict Institute of Learning was spelled incorrectly. With this, we detect the incorrect spelling of the school and the school name was corrected. Another transforming process used is subsystem 8 conforming system. We use defined keys to be used in conforming data like school ID to conform and to describe the school data.
We continue to the next process. I am Joshua Sevilla and I am here to discuss the loading process. All of the data that we gathered came from admission office given by the director of CSA, such as the top 25 list of school where the applicants came from. Senior high students from De La Salle University Das Marinas are also included in this process. In this process, we use aggregate builder subsystem to filter the data for the desired output to create and improve performance. All of the processed data will be delivered to the Office of Center of Students Admission. This will help them to access the data faster and accurately predict the admission rate based on historical data.
I am Emmanuel Rayos. SQL is the actual language that is used to manipulate and retrieve the data from the related database. As you can see, we have used the SQL in 3 different questions. A sample question is, out of the 150 applicants of which are interval, how many of them are going to be admitted? Here are the outcomes after we've used the SQL.
In the first question, what are the top 25 schools that have the most applicants enrolling in De La Salle University Das Marinas? Here, we have used pie chart graph to visualize the data that we retrieve from SQL statement to present the data as simple and easy to understand.
To answer our second business question, we have used pie chart to visualize the SQL statement. After we have identified or retrieved the data, we gathered the top 5 programs or courses where most applicants applied. And the top 5 courses are BS Accountancy, which garnered 13%, followed by Medical Biology, which garnered 11%. Next is Civil Engineering, which gathered 10%. Another is BS Psychology, which garnered 9%. And lastly is the BS Architecture, which garnered 8%. To visualize our third business question, we have used column graphs to represent the data. Out of the 30 internal applicants that came from DLSUD Senior High School, 17 students, or 56% of them, have an admission chance above 74%, which means that the remaining students who have an admission chance of 74% and below have reasons why they are not going to enroll in DLSUD. For example, the course they really wanted isn't available in De La Salle University Das Marinas.
Rationalization and Benefit. This proposed data warehouse design will utilize all data gathered from the application form. It will also help the Center for Students Admission sort the data and avoid mixed up of data of the applicants. Center for Students Admission handles private information of the applicants. That is why they have to invest on security system to avoid leakage of information. A. Quantitative benefits, which measures the success of the key targets that were set quarterly. And B. It helps in tracking of records of each students. So we have another one is qualitative benefits, which provides data instantly, which helps in generating report. Not another one is it provides data of a student to all offices. And the last one is utilization of time in sorting the students' information.